All right, we're live.
Welcome to Survivor NSFW Patron Q&A. We got a very special guest, Jerome, from mine and Zach's hometown of Ohio, home state, Cleveland. And before we get started, I want to do a very special ceremony. So, as you guys know, as patrons, Johnny Fairplay sent me his beard in a plastic bag. It says, "Johnny Fairplay, I never lie. It's my beard. It's probably his fucking taint hair, but I've never smelt it for
I honestly, if I had given enough time and dedication to it, I would have grown my taint hair out just to send it to you in a bag and pretend it was my beard hair.
So I have this ridiculous just like wish list of like everyone's like, man, I collect Survivor memorabilia, but I would love it if like I had like Wendell Holland's beard, Russell Hanson's beard, Rupert Bonham's beard, so. I got Johnny Fairplay's beard. So we were on a podcast with our good friends Phil and Alexa from the Survivor Specialists, and Phil had a beard. It was a pretty good beard, and I think he decided right before the love of his life, Michelle Fitzgerald, that came on his show, he had to get rid of it. So I finally have it right here.
Well, hold on. I got a question, Matt.
Yes.
All right. So we were on with the Survivor Specialist, correct?
That's right.
Now, given the options of the two specialists to choose from to get body hair from either one, you chose Phil.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, because if we have them back, I'm going to make a request next time, and guess what? It ain't going to be Phil. All right.
So let me see here. So I am opening this up right now. Let me see. I have yet to open it. I've been waiting. Okay. Now this is a plethora of beard hair that
his goal was to put Johnny to shame with that.
All right, so it says here, Survivor Specialist Phil, quarantine 2020 ? Exclamation point. So I have. I mean, this is a beautiful specimen. I might actually weave some of it into the bottom of my beard, like
you need it.
It's like like my beard, dude, when I get in the pool in the summer times, the chlorine just kind of like down here, man, it's fucked up, right? It's like, wah. This is like a wiener without Blue Chew. Yeah. So I'm thinking if I weave like Phil's hair and Johnny Fairplay's beard, it's kind of the same fucking color. Now, God forbid Tessa listens to this, because she's listened to something where I said something about this same topic, and she said to me the other day, she's like, just FYI, you are not weaving Survivor's beard hairs into your fucking beard. Like that's where I draw the line.
Tessa's not patron, so you're saying.
I know.
I want to see Frankenbeard. That sounds awesome.
But dude, so I have this. I got the collection, so I need Tommy Sheehan. And what I would love to hit up CBS and be like, look, when everyone goes to Ponderosa, they shave their fucking beard, and it just goes into the drain of whatever.
Yeah, you need to hit up Billy.
Yeah, you can get that stuff, Matt.
Yeah, you need to eat. Yeah, you go to CBS here, like you're.
Yeah, I'll hit up Billy.
Yeah.
Billy. Billy. Yep, Billy, the same Billy that I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt, I would like to see you on a second chances ballot. Do not fucking send that message. Good Lord.
Well, you know whose chances I like even more after last night, peek behind the curtain? Dreams, because he is a team player.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Dream. That was a good podcast, man. It's funny because I've watched every episode of Survivor. I'm a huge fan, and I knew we were going to be interviewing Dreams, but man, I've only watched those seasons one time. Like I haven't gone back. I have literally my memory and recollection of a lot of shit it kind of goes in and out. Like that's why when we do the podcast, I take fucking notes, because I can't remember when we do a podcast like 10 minutes after the show ends. I gotta fucking look at the notes, right? I just don't have that memory. So Johnny had sent me like that that whole truck fiasco, and that kind of triggered some memories. And talking to Dreams was great. So I don't know when this Q&A is dropping, but if this Q&A drops prior to the Dreams podcast, you guys are in for a treat. Dreams is the real deal. The fucking guy is cool as shit. And
I couldn't believe when Jonny said that we were talking to him. I haven't heard from Dreams literally since the show aired. I don't know if he's ever done an interview about Survivor.
No. Like he was talking about doing interviews in which he got paid to do interviews, and I'm just like, well, I'm imagining those are few and far between.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we got paid scale, for some I think like when I did like Allie and Jack and stuff like that, like you do the circuit, and I'm guessing whatever the guests, so I think there might have been some stuff there, like 300 here, 600 there. So, but right. I'm guessing after that, that was it. So, and I gotta say, like I saw Earl Cole's thing with People magazine, in which he said he was disappointed in Survivor in that with an all black final 3 that that they didn't capitalize on it by hitting by having him on Power 96 or and stuff like that, like where they could have entered into the black media market. And knock knock, Earl, anything you want to do like that, you have to put it out there. Like for some reason Jeff Probst for Fans versus Favorites was not available to do the press prior to the season, so they contacted me and they're just like, hey, we trust you. We know you, shockingly, you're not this out of control, whatever.
Right.
We know that you own these media interviews. You get the message out there. We have faith in you. So can you go do Howard Stern? Can you go do this, this, and this, and this? And I said, sure. However, as a kid, I loved Howard Stern. However, as a radiophile, I was a bigger fan of Opie and Anthony. And, and I've become friends with Opie and Anthony, and those are competitors. And, it's kind of a slap in the face to my friends to say, hey, I'm going to be in New York. I'm going to do your competition, but I can't do your show. And I was like, so, I'm not going to do that unless I can do my friend's show too. And they're just like, no, that's not a possibility. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can't do Howard Stern. I've done Howard Stern twice already, so it's not like I can't get on there when I want to if I want to. I was like, you're asking me for a favor. I'm asking you for a favor. Mm-hmm. And so they talked to Baba Booey, who I, I'm also friends with. He's just like, no, Fairplay's been friends with those guys forever. He was just like, no, it's cool. Like, this isn't, he's doing ours first, but yes, he can do Opie and Anthony. And I created that opportunity, when on Per Islands, when we wrapped up, everyone that was voted out got to do that show Zoe 101 on Zoe 101 on the Disney Channel. I was not asked to do that because they were just like, we don't trust Johnny Fairplay. We think he's too, and once again, I was just like, okay, if everyone gets to do that, can I do Howard Stern? Because I wanted to go to Scores and have all that lined up from Howard, and all that was lined up for me. And so I created those opportunities. I sat there and raised my hand and said, I want these opportunities. Can I please have them? Mm-hmm. So if Earl didn't sit there and go, hey, because he did, he doesn't say in the article, and they might have just left that out. But if Earl doesn't say, hey, I want to do Power 96, hey, I want to do this, they're not thinking that. They have this shit lined up for at the beginning of the season. Here's the media outlets that we have. And if they're not thinking outside the bubble, and you're not, and if you're not bringing anything to that bubble to make it bigger, then they're just like, we got some shit.
Right.
It's a missed opportunity all around.
Yeah. But when you point your finger at someone, you got 3 more fingers pointing back at you, and maybe Earl, you should have raised your hand like I did. Because I don't necessarily think that Howard Stern and Opie and Anthony was a market that Survivor had ever thought of. Potentially Howard Stern, because Jeff Probst is also friends of Baba Booey. So I do get that, but Opie and Anthony, they've never had a Survivor on there before. They were thrilled,
right?
To watch the show. They're just like, hey,
you just got to be moral of the story. You got to make shit happen. Like if he wanted the black radio stations and whatever, he shouldn't have even went through CBS. He should have just made phone calls.
Well, no, you have to go through CBS because per your contract. So, but once again, should they have thought outside the box? Yes. Did they know? But once again, you want to make this difference, raise your hand.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, just throwing that out there. Speaking of radio and music, holy moly! I sent Matt and Zach the tweet from a couple days ago. Our good friend Chase Rice, Survivor Nicaragua, decided to do a concert in Tennessee with looked to be probably 1,000 people, maybe.
I think there's like 4,000 actually.
4,000.
I read the story.
Oh, wow.
I read the story. I think it was on TMZ actually.
Okay.
It was like a 10,000 capacity venue. They decided to do 4,000 or something to they tried to minimize it, or maybe they were trying to do 1,000, but like 4,000 showed. It was something like that. But yeah, no one wearing masks. Everyone's like, they're like, yeah, he decides to do this sing along. Hey, everybody, sing along, and everyone's fucking singing. I find it highly irresponsible in the times that we're in. I hate peek behind the curtain. I hate all of this shit. I don't like this world we were living in. It's like sometimes it's like fucking ridiculous that we're fucking scared to do shit. However, I work for the healthcare industry, and forever, dude, I would drive to locations and never see anyone at these testing facilities, not a single soul. And now shit's opened up. Dude, today I went to 3 different locations, fucking cars lined fucking around the buildings, dude. Constant line of cars getting tested. Ohio is a hot spot, and motherfuckers aren't wearing masks. I mean, you see Europe not letting people travel. Once they open it up, they're like, fuck you, Americans. We're not allowing you into our country.
I've been fighting to get refunds on 3 different trips. That's been a blast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure
it's insane. And even I talked to Marcus Lehman, who's going to be at my house on July 9th with Zach covering Labor of Love. He works at the hospital, and he's like, dude, man, I've seen a uptick in hospitalizations. He's like, you just got to wear masks and be safe, wash your hands, and we're going to be doing this for a year or more. Yeah. It's kind of like what he's like, dude, we just need to be fucking smart about it. And people are not. And, but yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we even had Karen on the Q&A last week, and living in Santiago, Chile, and shit's fucking bad there. And so I don't know. I mean, Ohio is becoming one of those states. If you look at the graph, it's like Florida, Texas, Arizona, Ohio, and Cincinnati's one of those. So it's fucking a shame, man. And we have more masks, and every time I go out in public, I do wear the fucking Survivor NSFW mask.
We had Navy. I didn't even know we had Navy.
Well, dude, I have the white, the black, and the gray.
Yeah, I would have said you a Navy. I didn't know that we had it. So we have Navy. So these are the last. So there's I doubled them up. So because I just it's a pain in the butt sending stuff. So I was just like, you know what? So the $30 immunity tier, be immune. Do your part. And I think there's only 8 remaining. Mm-hmm. And so change that on July 1st to the immunity tier. Get you 2 Survivor NSFW masks and be safe. So I think they're cool as fuck. Like I think Tyler Warber ordered the mask from CBS, and he was like, "What a piece of shit! It fits like he got the one that right." So when I ordered these, they were just like, "Hey, we can do these." So I was like, "Cool." And then when I called to go over colors, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, we can do like 40 different colors." I'm like, "Awesome!" Like let's do purple and pink, and they're just like, "Yeah," and they're just like, "But those aren't like the masks that we sent you on the prototype." And I'm just like, "Well, what's the difference?" They're like, "Well, they're kind of pieces of shit, and I not good." And apparently that's who Survivor ordered theirs from.
The ones we've got are super comfortable, and I've got a big head and big ears, so I was very happy for that.
And I have a small head, like they fit, like they're just, I think just the way they go around. I mean, they're made to go around your face. So they're awesome. As I said, we're down to, I think there's 11 pairs left. So if you are interested, switch before, do it
It's
now.
first comes, first serve.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah,
so
it's like when they're gone, they're gone, basically.
It has a limit on there. So once that limit is reached, that tier is gone. So I wear them every day, and people come, they're just like, "Your mask is cool as shit." I'm just like, "Yeah, become a patron. It's great."
Well, Jerome, we love these. It's just having a conversation amongst friends, and I know we have, since 92 people have seen this in our Patreon group. If you got the questions, man, let's get this party started. Also, I just realized Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, nice. Hold on. I have a Brown shirt on too. So we'll be representing the Cleveland down there in the southern part of the state. Love to see it, Matt. Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure everyone in Cleveland smells like strippers too. We're all representing. So, well, hold on. Before we begin, Jerome, Matt, I need you to formally introduce Jerome by his full name, please.
All right. Let me go to my email so I can read again. Okay. We have patron from Lakewood, Ohio, Mr. Jerome Petukauskas.
You know what? Not too bad. Petukauskas.
Petukauskas. Damn it.
Not bad.
I was thinking of cock, so I said Petukauskas.
Yeah. Use promo code Survivor, Jerome.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Petukauskas. Like, because it's like, you see Petu and then Kaus. It's like the word claus from Santa Claus, but without the L. So it's Kauskas, Petukauskas. There we go. I knew when I was typing the fucking email, Johnny, I'm like, okay, I'm emailing Johnny Fairplay, Zach. And then I'm like, fuck, what is this goddamn name? J-P-E-T. I'm like, man, there's too many goddamn letters in this shit.
For the record, that's why you got picked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, I just want to hear Matt butcher his last name.
Well, hey, I'm glad I got picked somehow, some way. It might be because my crazy 11-letter last name, but what the hell? I got picked. I'm not complaining at all. So
hell yeah.
Thanks again for having me, guys.
Fuck yeah, man.
Before we go into the questions, because I try to delay for as much as possible.
Oh God, here we go.
Matt, you were missing out on the weekend of all weekends. You know this, right?
Oh.
Zach got an impromptu phone call from me, from Tanya Vance, going, tell him to tell his girl, don't wear shoes you give a fuck about because there's cow shit everywhere.
At Big Tom's?
At Big Tom's.
Yeah, the conversation with that phone chain to Maria was like, so Tanya called Johnny, who called me to tell you.
Yeah.
You guys were there this weekend?
We're going this weekend. It's me, Zach's wife. I'm bringing a friend. I have my daughter Piper coming as well. Tanya is picking up Donathan Thursday night.
Cool.
We're all meeting for lunch at noon. Then we're going to Food City to go get food for everybody. Then we're unloading the car at the cabin. We're all hanging out, doing some fishing, some swimming, some four-wheeling. And then Saturday we're heading to Tanya's, and we're going to a water park. And then the neighborhood, then they're having a little concert, and they're doing fireworks in their neighborhood.
Oh, nice.
And then we're all coming back potentially Monday morning.
Nice.
Oh, from are you going to Johnny's house, Zach, or no?
I think we're just staying at Tanya's till Monday
Well, they have
morning.
to drop off Jonathan.
Yeah, we're bringing Jonathan home.
Yeah, they
got. Okay, cool. Hell yeah.
If you want to bring Jonathan to my house, you can.
So you're not able to go this year, Matt?
No, I'm able to go. I'm just not.
He wasn't invited.
Oh.
No, I'm keeping a low profile, man. Originally, I was supposed to go to Michigan, and then we're still debating on that shit. The house we normally rent the lady is living in it now.
Okay.
We got our neighbors having a big party. There's like a 4th of July parade in our neighborhood where everyone decorates all the kids' bikes and shit. So
damn, you got a lot of shit going on.
I missed that last year. And plus, I just, man, like, honestly, I'm just kind of just chilling for a while. Like, I'm not going to Hearts of Reality. Florida's the last place I want to go to. Dude, Florida's the last place. I mean, I know flights are cheap, but it's just my personal prerogative. You know, like I'll have, Zach and his wife and Marcus and if Johnny were to come visit, well, actually, you'd have to stay in the garage. But but anyways, I'm just chilling, man, for a while.
Well, my plan, Matt, because you have been so aware of your surroundings and everything that's going on. At Hearts of Reality, I will big spoon Zach, and and whatever I get there, I've implored Zach to French kiss you when he sees you for the next podcast at your house.
Well, and here's the thing, you guys. This is not something like I am not fucking one bit thrilled that I'm not doing. I mean, Lex has been going to Tom's for how long, Johnny? 20 fucking years?
Yeah.
Every year. Lex, his first time ever, he's not going. He's not getting on a plane. His wife is high risk, etc. I mean, last year, dude, it's like, we had softball at the Stars. Johnny and I went to Hearts of Reality. We went to Big fucking Tom's. We did Survivor Live events. I went to Michigan. I went to fucking the Smoky Mountains. I went to Tennessee to see my friend John Garcia from Caius and all this big music festival. I went to concerts and shit. And it's like, this year is fucking nothing. And it's just like, it fucking sucks because you never know, man, like when the last time shit is going to fucking be. I mean, I got a phone call over the weekend. It fucking sucks. My brother found out he had fucking bladder cancer.
That's terrible, man.
And it's like, he's only 53, and he had stomach problems. He went in for this diverticulitis shit, and they did a CAT scan.
Brock Lesnar, they removed, I think, over a foot from his intestines.
Well, my brother went in for stomach pains. They found diverticulitis, but they're also like, dude, you have something on your bladder. You need to get this checked out immediately. He goes in like Friday or Saturday for a test where they're just going to go. I think they go in through your fucking dick hole. It would just like to do a biopsy, and they get in there and they're like, fuck, dude, you have like a fucking tumor. Like you have cancer on your bladder. So they immediately said, fuck, we're removing this shit right now. The doctor's confident he got it all out. But they hit some fucking nerve during this procedure, and my brother's like legs apparently started flailing from just like the nerve they hit. So they had to I don't know what they do to the COVID patients where the machine is breathing for you. They stick the shit down your throat. They had to do that shit to my brother. So he had no idea. He was like, thought he was going in for this little biopsy. Fucking all hell broke loose. Comes out. Doctor's like, yeah, you had fucking bladder cancer. So it's been kind of a crazy fucking week for me, just like processing this whole shit. I mean, you got Sunday, who's got cancer, and it's like, as we're getting old, man, shit starts to happen. So you got to make every moment count. And that's what I love about like Fair Play and myself is like making shit happen in life and going for it. And like possibly Survivors might be on the Floor is Lava show. And we're interviewing people and we're doing all this shit because we are the type of people that are like, you know what? We can sleep when we fucking die. We're only here one time. Right. And we're going to fucking do this. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just kind of keeping a low key personally this summer, not because I'm stoked about it, but just that I am. So, but we are going to have a lot of content. And this is not a sob story about my brother. I'm praying for my brother every day that when he goes to the follow up, everything's fucking cool. Same with Sunday. And if you guys want to support Sunday, we got a cool T-shirt, the Sunday school cancer shirt.
6 cool T-shirts in 8 different colors.
Yeah, so check out JohnnyFairplay.com if you haven't seen those. But without further ado,
or just go to SurvivorNSFW.com and scroll all the way down to the bottom. Actually, we probably need a thing at the top that says T-shirts.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a button in the menu.
But
let's try to get through one question at least.
Anyone notice the new website?
I think it's sweet. Yeah, I looked at it.
Jerome, more coming. That's a good start.
I have not checked it out yet, but I saw that you posted something in the group about it, and I plan on doing that soon.
Yeah, that's all Zach.
All right,
Zach killed it. I don't. It's not even the same website.
I'm gonna check it out. That's great shit, man.
Dude, I appreciate it. It's been fun, recoding a different website. I've never done that before. So.
Yeah, recoding a different website that was it
was in Spanish.
Yeah. Because all the work had been done from Argentina.
Oh shit!
But going forward, peek behind the curtain. There's a button that says patrons, and all these stuff, instead of going to the Patreon, all the stuff will be on SurvivorNSFW.com, and you just log in there to access.
Oh shit! That'll be really cool.
Content.
That'll be really cool. Really convenient too.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, pretty.
Well, fair play. Shut up. Hey, Jerome, answer the first question, because otherwise I got to be in bed in 10 minutes, so we better get fucking started.
All right. So the first one is, who are your top 3 funniest Survivor players besides Johnny? Also, who are your top 3 nicest Survivor players besides Matt?
Oh, mother.
So that comes from Micah McGowan.
There.
Top 3 funniest Survivor. I mean, I'm assuming the first question is for me. Maybe the second question is for Johnny. So, top 3 funniest Survivor players besides Johnny. I would say, Tyson. He's funny as shit. Let me think here. He's super witty. Coach is also funny. I mean, I don't think Coach is trying to be funny, but I'm looking at it.
That's what makes him funny.
Yeah, whoever makes me laugh.
So he's like one of those people when he tries, he sucks, but then when he doesn't try, he's hilarious, right?
That's right. And I would say Corinne Kaplan. So Corinne, Tyson, and Coach Wade.
Mike Holloway's a pretty funny guy.
Yeah, Mike Holloway is funny, but truly entertaining, witty, funny ass inside and outside of Survivor.
I like your picks.
I say that's kind of off the top of my head. I mean, my apologies for missing. I'm going to probably listen to that. Well, actually, I never listened to
Sex Dr. Mike? He talks about penises.
Yeah, he's funny, but there's another level of wittiness. I think Keith Nail is another honorable mention. Keith Nail from Survivor Blood versus Water 2 is funny as hell. So, Johnny, top 3 nicest besides myself.
Ooh, that's tough. Tanya Vance is up there. She's super nice. Donathan's a sweetheart, and I got Wendell at my number 3.
Yeah, good choices.
Yeah.
You'll be with 2 out of 3 of them this weekend.
Yeah, and Wendell was invited. The original plan was Chet's, and either way, Wendell had a family obligation. So,
okay.
But,
makes sense.
All right, guys, we did good on that one. All right, let's call it a night. Downhill from here.
Oh shit, that's funny.
You guys ready for another one?
Oh yeah.
Fire away.
All right, this one comes from David Garcia. If you could go back in time, what is one piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
I just clicked on here. Is that the right order? Are you getting the same order than I am? If I looked, because in between. On mine, in between Micah and David, I see 4 questions or something.
No, that was my fault. I just slid down too far.
My bad. Well, that's fine.
All right, we'll go ahead and answer that one, and then we'll go back to number 2. Okay.
If you bad. What is one piece of advice you would give your younger self?
Oof. Chlamydia is not a flower and gonorrhea is not a country. Not that I know about either, but I just like there's a few times that I should have wore a condom. I know that. So I, like knock on wood, it worked out, but holy moly.
I would probably say never applies for Survivor. Therefore, you would never have to fucking do a podcast with Johnny Fairplay when you're 46 years old.
There's that.
No, honestly, speaking of Survivor, I'm just going to go with that Survivor theme. I applied in 2003 for Survivor, probably around the same time as the Pearl Island cycle. Made a ridiculous video. No one ever called me. I said, fuck, too many people apply for this shit. I never applied again until 2011. I am not happy that I played fans versus favorites. I wished I could have played an all newbie season. So I think that, I had a lot of shit going on with my BMX career and running my own company and shit. So if I had to do it over though, I would have kept applying because I feel like I would have gotten on the show prior to when I did. And then maybe I could be, a multi fucking time player of playing different seasons. So that's one bit of advice. Apply for Survivor instead of waiting like years between applying. So
there you go. All right.
All right. The next one, I'm actually going to go in order now. From Chris Klein. If CBS put you in charge of a location, but the cast it has to be in a location that hasn't been used, where would you go?
Hawaii.
Interesting.
You would?
Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm. Season 4 was supposed to originally be filmed in Jordan and was going to be called like Survivor Arabia. And I've sort of always had that desire to see a desert themed sort of Middle Eastern Survivor season.
I'm cool with that.
That'd be cool. Sure.
But I still want my Fijian Air plane tickets. Someone there was some post on Survivor Fan Jury or one of those. Anyway, it was some negative fucking season 39, whatever, or negative something about someone, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck 39. I'm fucking done. Whatever. And Lauren did the Forrest Gump wave bye. And so guess who got unfollowed on all social media? Fuck that. I mean, honestly,
who was it? Lauren?
Yeah, Lauren. I like Lauren. But
yeah.
I mean, you give me fuck your season almost destroyed the fucking franchise.
Yeah.
And you got some fucking dickheads on your fucking season. So go fuck your season.
It does suck for Lauren and Jamal in particular. I think they're both super cool.
I do too. I did. Well, I still follow Jamal. No, but you want to give me a wave? I can do a permanent wave. It's called unfollow.
I don't. Yeah, I stay neutral in these situations. I don't like. I try not to stay in. I mean,
I just like as I said, what
happened? Explain to me what happened again.
There was some post about something, and I was just like, I'm just done. Like it was just like more drama, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, I'm done with season 39. Mm-hmm. It didn't exist. You commented on a tweet or something. And I was just like, I'm just done. Like, fuck that season.
And she got pissed. I mean, I understand it though. I mean, you got to understand from her point of view.
You know what? She made her decision. I made mine.
Right.
So it's like,
I like Lauren. So Lauren, well, you're not going to listen to this, but so my thing is, I think if Survivor put me in charge, New Zealand has not been a place, has it?
That's a good one.
So New Zealand is dope. That's the one regret I kind of have. Like, I got a free trip when I was working for DK Bicycles. I went to Australia for like 2 weeks and went all over Australia, going into bike shops, and like I did a big trade show and stuff. And I'm like, I should have personally said to my boss, listen, let me stay a week later and let me fly to New Zealand while I'm on that side of the world. Yeah. One reason I didn't is because I was gone for so long away from my wife and my kids. that I was like, fuck, man, I'm gone so long. I don't want to be gone like fucking 3-4 weeks. So I did not do that.
I've done 3 weeks in New Zealand. I did 2 weeks in New Zealand, and then I went back and did a week in New Zealand and a week in Australia. And my favorite place on the planet, bar none, no contest, New Zealand.
So they should do it. So that's my
I'm right there with
Survivor.
You
like everyone's. I met one at like I did like their version of Comic-Con, which is, or their version of like San Diego Comic-Con, which is called Armageddon Expo. It's about 80,000 people over the course of 3 days, and we did that. Done it, 4 times now, but each time I was there for a week and then a week, so 4 weeks total. I met one asshole in 4 weeks.
Wow.
He was from the United States.
That'd be sweet to bring in Maori culture and stuff. That's all right there for New Zealand. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Well, thank you, Chris Klein, for the question, man. And thank you for coming on.
But I still like Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
The volcanoes and shit. I mean, like you have that with Vanuatu to a degree.
Right.
But you're right.
All right. The next one comes from Carter Malice. What do you think will be different about the world once COVID-19 is over? Do you imagine that at the end of the tunnel, things would seem as if they had never happened, or society will be noticeably changed in some way?
I mean, I'll go first. I personally think it's like anything. We are bombarded with news all the time, right? And bad shit happens a lot. But I think that people will end up forgetting about this shit. If this completely ends and life goes back to normal and it becomes no different than the seasonal like strep throat, common cold and shit, I think at some point we're just gonna literally forget about it. I think we'll remember be like, fuck, man, remember like when we were like, or like Johnny will be like, we'll be doing a podcast a year from now. Matt, you remember when you fucking didn't go to Big Tom's, you pussy, because you were afraid of COVID-19? Fuck, that's hilarious. And I'll be like, yeah, fuck, I know, fair play. And then he won't let it fucking die for like the end of time. That's the kind of shit I think we're gonna deal with. I'm hoping that's what happens, guys. Like, I'm hoping this ends. What I like about the shit is I'm hoping that the families that, had to kind of stay together and figure out alternative ways for entertainment purposes besides traditional shit, that those families created a bond maybe that they wouldn't have had. I think there's more to life than you would get in these routines and ruts, and you got kids sports and kids activities, and you never take a breather, man. So like everyone was forced to take a breather. Now I feel bad for those children and people that was a negative impact, that, their parents suck or they're abused at home. I mean, I know there's a lot of that shit, which freaks me out. But for me, we've been totally fine, and I love it now. If I go to Walmart and I see the fucking bicycle aisle completely vanished of all bikes, I'm like, fuck yeah. Like the bicycle business, which I've retired from temporarily, who knows if I'll ever get back into it, has boomed because everyone is wanting to ride bikes. Everyone is wanting to create video content and do a podcast and play guitar and shit. So I think there's a lot of positives that have come out of it. And I think those positive things will stay. And someone like Fairplay and I, like when I went on Survivor, I still to this day appreciate this bottle of water I have here, right? It doesn't even have to be fucking cold, but just that I can go in. Because when I was on Survivor and so many people around the world don't have clean water, I appreciate the fucking small thing. So I'm hoping that we take that away from this whole shit. End of rant.
Yeah. I think in addition to, learning how to play again and, learning how to do a puzzle and all these things of that variety, I think on a grander scale, you've had people that have had time, to with the protests and stuff. I think coming out of COVID, I think we will always remember COVID for the impact it had in other areas as well. Mm-hmm. So I don't think this is something that in 4 years, if someone says COVID and you're like, what does that mean? Like, I forgot about that. Like, I think the other repercussions and growth that came, that branched from that, I think is going to be the stuff that we remember.
Mm-hmm. But I think it's going to be like one of those 9/11 situations, right? Everyone was scared to fly, scared, freaked out. Everyone was wanting to like sign up to volunteer for the military and shit. And we never forget 9/11.
I was never looking to sign up for the military.
But there's a lot. I know a lot of personal people that did, and that was what put them over the edge. They're like, "Fuck the Taliban, fuck the terrorists." Like, I'm joining the military. Ben, our good friend Ben, but I think that it's going to be like one of those situations. I think.
Wait a second.
Oh no! Oh, here he goes.
Oh yeah. All right.
I don't think we have time to
piss.
We don't. I don't think we have time for a deep dive here. But you remember that next Q&A, because I want to get back to that, because I have a question for you. Are you trying to tell me? We'll get to it. But Zach, what do you think? What will be the repercussions of COVID?
Well, I think in addition to what you guys have said, I see the workplace changing long term. I think that a lot of companies are going to realize that their employees are just as productive working from home, and they can discard these overhead costs. And a lot of people are happier working from home. I'm an educator. I teach high school. I think it's going to change the way we do school days a lot. We've already rolled out new schedules for the next year, potentially 2 years. So I think it's just going to change I think a lot of our society still functions on like a factory basis. Like, you clock in, you clock out. And like, when you're working a white collar job, I don't necessarily know how necessary that is all the time. And I think this has caused a lot of businesses to open their eyes to not only how much their employees love it, but how it impacts the bottom line. So.
Oh, dude, I'm seeing that firsthand, dude. I mean,
yeah, like doctors are loving it. Being able to do a video, you can pretty much see for 90% of what a doctor does, they can do video wise. And, and think about the people that it's so difficult for them to get to the doctor for this becoming a possibility. So.
I think we should all get Sex Dr. Mike on here. And then we all pull out our wieners and say, "Dude, does any one of our wieners look like weird or anything?"
He would love that. Oh my God, you're talking Wiener Dream podcast. Sex Dr. Mike.
Matt, go to chatroulette.com. I think you'll be pleased.
No. Carter Mallett. Thank you so much, Carter, for your question. That's cool.
All right, we got a few more.
Yeah, man.
All right, the next one comes from Connor Mack. My question is, who have you met in real life from the show who is way more annoying / an asshole than the show portrayed? It cannot be from Cameron, Micronesia, or Pearl Islands. Thanks.
Well, who in real life was more annoying or an asshole than the show portrayed? I'm trying to think who I've met at a charity event, Johnny, that was just kind of a dick. You go first. I know you've met many more than I have.
I mean, I think Boston Rob's a dick.
More annoying than the show portrayed. So someone that's annoying. Wow.
Gabby kind of sucks. Gabby has her moments, but for the most part, she kind of sucks.
I never met Gabby.
Yeah, you did.
I did. I met Gabby.
Couldn't have been that annoying.
Well,
I was trying to get on her.
Apparently, it wasn't a good memory for you, Matt.
Apparently it wasn't. I was too stoked on how much I loved Wendy Diaz Twine, probably.
Yeah.
Man, annoying.
Well, I've got one. So I've been interviewing a lot of survivors, and there was one guy who I was super stoked to talk to, Bruce Kenegai from Survivor Panama.
Oh, he is annoying.
Really?
Yeah, I think he tried to get me in a pyramid scheme. And he kept texting me for a week after I interviewed him, sending me to watch these videos about joining his group to sell stuff online. And I just had to contribute a couple $100, and he wouldn't stop texting me. So that was a little annoying.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. No, I was in Japan with him, and like we had 14 flights in 12 days, which was a bit much and a bit taxing. And we, in addition to that, like we're going from military base to military base, and we're meeting all these groups and stuff. And like I have crazy stuff like I think that's from like a big time. First pilot. Like we would try to see like who could get the most like of course I got more coins than anybody. Like
Did you get more coins than Billy Garcia?
I got like the general's coins and stuff. Like I mean like I got more, I mean like because like the commander and stuff, like like you don't get to meet them. They're just like, is that Johnny Fairplace? And I was just like, sir, do you have a coin? They're like, yeah. And like when you're with another soldier, you like they do a thing for beers or shots or whatever, and whoever has the highest ranking coin, the other person has to pay. And so like I'd break out that commander coin. They're like, fuck. They're like, and like these are soldiers, and they're just like, this motherfucker has a better coin than I do.
Yeah, Sandra shared a photo of you guys like posing with that stuff and like holding guns with some soldiers in Japan.
M16s and stuff. Yeah. So it was pretty crazy. But like as we're going to each place, Bruce had Flat Stanley, who he had. Flat Stanley had to take a picture everywhere we went. Yeah. And I don't have a problem with that. Like, I'm not a fucking dick. Like, I got two little girls that if they had asked me to do something, I'm all over it. But Johnny Fairplay is also respectful of my fucking friends, the other people that are not my friends, and my fucking surroundings, in which, like when we get there, like if we do the group shot, it's just like, hey, I got Flat Stanley, just, like I probably won't even say anything. I'll just fucking hold up fucking Flat Stanley,
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah.
There. So, but it was every fucking time we'd fucking do a group picture, and then Bruce, oh, I forgot. Hold on, let me get out Flat Stanley, and then he had to go into his book bag. He's like, oh, where is he? He's like, oh my god, and like we didn't appreciate it. The other people didn't appreciate it. We're on a fucking time schedule. I mean, like when we do those pictures, that means we got to go. Mm-hmm. And so, we're adding an extra 10 fucking. I mean, like this was never a fucking peaceful thing. And so, me and Mikey B were just like, we got to put an end to Flat Stanley. So we stole Flat Stanley, and we ended up I think we were in Okinawa, and there was a typhoon, or was it? Typhoon, which like their version of a hurricane. So like the city was on lockdown. Like you weren't allowed to leave the base. You weren't allowed to do anything. Mm-hmm. So of course, me and Mikey B and I think Amy Kuzak, we left the base with Flat Stanley, and Flat Stanley went to a strip club. Like it was either salt or sugar, but Flat Stanley was doing lines. I mean, there's all kinds of pictures of Flat Stanley having the greatest fucking time. So, but Bruce realized that Flat Stanley was, and he lost it. I mean, like he was crying,
he freaked out.
It was bad,
really.
And I let that marinate for a little bit. There was not an immediate give back. Because, as I said, it was really and so I think we were just about to leave on another flight for somewhere, and I think he had gone to the bathroom or something, and he had left his bag and asked us to watch it. And anyway, Flat Stanley was on this bag, and he came back and he cried some more. He was like, "Flat Stanley's back," and of course he comes up to me. He's like, "Thank you so much." I'm like, "Why are you looking at me, motherfucker?" I was like, "You don't want to look at the pictures on my phone. I'll tell you that."
Do you have a Bruce Kanawi postcard autographed with his pictures, like his promo thing? Because he came to my house. Bruce did when I had it was
He had like really professional stuff done.
He did. Keep chat. I'm gonna look in the next room. I think I want to show it if I have one for show and tell. So keep talking.
Okay. Well, that's the end of my story. So let's just sit here in silence for 8 minutes. No, go ahead.
Can I ask a quick question? Like, how the show always portrays Bruce to be like this, like fatherly, like teacher figure. Is he like that in person too? He's always like trying to give you a lesson and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, was that portrayed accurately?
He's a Mr. Miyagi type guy. I mean, like he's a karate instructor and stuff like that. So no, I mean, like, he's a good dude.
Right.
But if you're doing a USO tour, and as I said, 14 flights in 12 days, like every second fucking counted. And as soon as we finished with this, that there was no free time. So any free time that we had, and we didn't go for free time, but if free time were to be obtained, we had to make it.
Right.
And once again, if a soldier wants to talk to us for an extra 15 minutes about what he's done for our country, that's what I'm there for. But if I'm spending 10 minutes waiting for fucking Bruce to fucking take a flat Stanley picture, go fuck yourself. There we go.
Oh, that looks good.
This. Rider Bruce. He was teaching my kids karate, but then the other side has like this. So if you guys want to email him at survivorbruce@gmail.com. But yeah, this is a legitimate piece of, it's smart. Come to an event. Fair Play is the king of whoring the Johnny Fairplay brand out there. So he has fucking autograph 8x10.
Mine aren't as nice as that.
But dude, this is fucking dope. But he gave one to each one of my boys, and I found this in my son. It says motivational speaker, karate instructor, private trainer, Kentucky colonel, art instructor, and teacher of the year. It's like, wow, that's a pretty big accolade. Mine would say fucking beard grower, heavy metal singer, podcast guy, pussy slayer.
All right. See, everyone's watching now. Peek behind the curtain on the Outcast Tweer. The Outcast tier on the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there's always 4 pictures.
Yes.
I will show you 2 of them.
Okay. All right. Yes. Oh, Dominic Abate.
Nice.
That's a pretty good one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay. With the mug.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He approved of the shot.
Hell yeah.
This motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Fuck
okay.
yeah.
But all right. So do you see the autograph?
No, he didn't autograph it. He autographed it on the back. Oh, that's awesome.
Who the fuck autographs the back of
Him?
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
That's funny.
With a pen. With a ballpoint pen.
He didn't have a fucking black or silver Sharpie. Come on. Amateur hour, dude. Get with the fucking program, dude.
This has got to be I don't think anyone's ever asked him for an autograph before.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Like, as mad as I was when I opened I'm like, motherfucker. And I'm just like, oh, this is beautiful.
That's an even better collector's item.
I think it is.
That he fucked that up so hard. Yeah.
He doesn't know to sign the fucking front of a fucking picture on an autograph.
I love it.
He signs it in pen on the back. So yeah, this is a very special treat. These will go fast. So I won't reveal who the other 2 are, but these are 2 of the 4.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
That's funny.
Well, Jerome, who we got next?
So next we
hold
have.
on. If you want to do both the Outcast and the Immunity, just shoot me a message on Facebook, and I'll tell you how you can do that.
Cool.
Right. Next is Mark Peralt.
It's actually Mark Perrialt, but go ahead.
My bad. I apologize.
Thank you, Matt.
Hey, I'm sure people fuck up my last name all the time.
I'm pretty sure Matt did, but go ahead.
So anyway, have the economy begun to reopen where you guys live? Johnny, have you gone back to showing houses again? Just curious if the numbers of COVID cases are slowing down where you guys live, or if they are increasing like other parts of the USA that we are seeing on the news currently. I am in Canada, and it has appeared to slow down significantly.
Yeah, because they're smart up there. They're not dumb motherfuckers walking around without wearing a fucking mask. Did you see the picture Sugar put on her fucking on her Instagram today?
I've seen like naked sunbathing.
Oh, those were great too. No, it was a guy on the flight across from her. I'm guessing. I'm assuming she took this picture. But she might have just screen grabbed it or whatever. But I think it was a guy with a MAGA hat, and he had
I did see that
mask on his eye.
I did see that yesterday on Twitter.
I took a screen grab and it's like I got like probably 8 different chats. I sent it. I just wrote MAGA. I was so happy with that picture.
That's awesome, man. But yeah, I mean, Mark, for us in Ohio, the economy has reopened. You got pretty much everything is open.
Are bars open?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Bars, bars, breweries, all that.
Even though you guys are a hot spot, they don't.
You'd be shocked. Downtown, the bars are like fucking packed, more so than they were before COVID, and they are not enforcing any restrictions.
Well, that's disheartening.
No one's wearing masks, dude.
Yeah. See, North Carolina, I live on the North Carolina side of the Virginia North Carolina border. I wasn't aware of this. You can't leave your house after 8 o'clock. Like if you're on the road after 8, they'll pull you over. And
really?
Yeah. So you can't be out after 8, and you have to you get a ticket for not wearing a mask.
I mean, here's the thing, man. Like I have mixed feelings about this shit. I mean, let me just tell you this. So since this whole pandemic occurred, I work for the healthcare system. So I visit the different hospitals every week delivering shit. And I would see all these white circus tents outside that they built all these like fucking facilities, right, for testing. I would fucking drive. My work has never stopped, right? So I would drive there, deliver shit. I would never see a single fucking person at any of these circus tents. And fucking this week, dude, and like a couple days last week, I'm delivering, and I'm like, holy fuck, dude. The fucking lines, it looks like a car. Like, I'm like, and so I talked to the fucking guys at the docks, and I'm saying, what is the fucking scoop? And they're like, well, there's a hot spot. Zip codes are telling people to get tested, and then all these fucking protests are happening. And I mean, I'm shocked. So I start like questioning my fucking behaviors because I was like, dude, I was so strict. I never went into a grocery store. We had everything delivered, pick up groceries only. My kids weren't seeing anybody. When shit started opening up, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let the neighborhood kids come over and swim in my pool and go in my basement and play video games and shuffleboard and pool and all that shit. And then I had Zach and his wife over for Labor of Love. I've had Marcus Lehman over for Labor of Love. And that's pretty much the only people I've seen. And I've gone over to my neighbor's house. My neighbor's having a big 4th of July bash, and we're having a bike parade. But I'm beginning to question, fuck, man, am I making the right decisions? Because I read some shit too. It's like, yes, these kids are coming over. Like my kids' friends are coming over. But if those kids' parents are going to the bars that Zach is fucking telling you about and bringing it home, then it's kind of like, fuck, like their kids are now over at my house. So it's like, what the fuck do you do? I don't know what you fucking do. But I mean, to your question, Mark, there are hot spots. I've spoke to someone in Austin, Texas about a week ago. Shit's fucking crazy there. Florida is absolute bananas. They're shutting down fucking bars and beaches. So people are going to be canceling their beach vacations and shit. So it has been increasing. And I think it's because there's the protesting and then people at bars not wearing masks. No one's.
I think it's the combination. I think it's irresponsibility and arrogance.
Testing, and also testing is now more widespread. They're saying, hey, if you want to get tested for free, come to this fucking lolocation that the National Guard opened up.
Yeah,
so people are going to fucking get.
I think there's lots of fact. I mean, because like what you call it, like Mikey B posted, just like looks like they're closing bars. And Danger Dave from Survivor Samoa is just like, yeah, because these dumb motherfuckers won't wear a mask. And, and then someone's just like, well, what about the people that were protesting? Mm-hmm. And you look at the threat and it's just a fight. I'm just like, can we agree that maybe it's a little from column A and a little from column B? I mean, right. That's not insane to think that.
Right. No, I hear you. And I have a buddy in Las Vegas who actually just posted today. He's got like 250 comments. He said, hey, I was reluctant on sharing this, but he's like, I started feeling shitty. I went and got a test. I tested positive. I was like, holy fuck. He's like, I was totally in the beginning real hardcore about shit. And then I started just kind of being laxed a little bit. And he's like, I've got it. And he's been sick as fuck for like 3 weeks straight. So it's not a joke, but Mark, good for you in Canada, slowing the spread. I'm hoping that this becomes a trend in the United States. So thanks for the question, Mark. What do we got, Jerome? Who's up next?
How many are left?
Let's do it. Well, there's quite a bit left, but let's go to the next question from David. Oh no, David Garcia. Let's do one more. Josh Blake, Jerome. Ask Josh Blake's question.
Okay, sure. If you were recreating a Survivor version of the Heenan family, who would be in the stable, Johnny?
Oh shit. Man. The Bobby Heenan family were for those of you that don't know, were a wrestling faction comprised of bad guys, and you had like Andre the Giant and Hercules and Haku. You got the Brain Busters. So the elements that are there are evil and big and smart. And so if I'm putting all those things together, I got Tony. I got Tony in there. He's one of my he's one of my members of my Johnny Fairplay Bobby Heenan stable. So I got Tony. I got James the Gravedigger. I got managed by Johnny Fairplay, of course. John Hennigan. I'll take Hot Cop Dan, pair them up together, and give me a Burton Roberts, and I think I'm good there.
Cool.
Well, there you go. So I looked, you guys. So we have 14 more questions. So we will get to your.
How many did we answer?
We probably answered 2 since you went on a rant about something for the first 22 minutes. We'll blame it on you, Johnny. But are you cool with ending it there, Fair Play? There we go. Jerome, man. Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well,
I got the Joggle Amazon shorts. Zach and Johnny, I will be there with you guys in spirit. And most likely, Johnny will be fucking texting me saying, Matt, we got to do a podcast at 1 p.m. I know you're swimming and fucking drinking beer, but we got Donathan, bro.
We're just gonna record some fun stuff. You're gonna get highlights from the farm.
Fuck yeah, highlights from the farm. So, Jerome,
those are sweet podcasts. They really are.
Fuck yeah. And thank you so much for your support, Jerome, man.
No, it's a lot of fun. My brother and I just joined 2 months ago. We've had a blast, man. A lot of cool shit. So
cool. Well, man, your support means the world to us, and we're going to continue to Johnny and I basically are personalities, right? But we're also fucking dumbasses. So we got Zach.
That's why I have Zach.
I've got the reins.
we're hoping to fucking get better and better, and just keep getting the content kicking more and more ass. So patrons, thank you very much for your support.
I would say everybody get a mask, but only 8 of you. So yeah.
Actually 7. Send me the fucking the Navy one. No, don't put it for the patrons. But seriously, check out JohnnyFairplay.com. Our friend Survivor is going through. Our friend Sunday is going through a lot of fucking shit right now. So be sure to check on her Facebook post on her journey with her cancer and all proceeds of the Sunday shirts go directly to Sunday. So thank you guys very much.
All profits.
All profits.
So, and July 1st through 4th, 20% off. Use promo code America at JohnnyFairplay.com. I will be ordering some shirts as I do every July 1st through 4th. So.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Well, right on. Well, you guys be safe. Have a good week. We'll see you next time on another patron Q&A. I love you all. Cheers and good night, you guys.
Good night.